Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Chantilly Racecourse here on Sunday. It is October the 2nd, 2016. I'm going to look at all the races on today's program except the Arc de Triomphe. If you want the Arc selections and preview, there's a separate video. The link will be in the description box. So the races I'll be looking at are all the races except the Arc. Like I said, separate video. Before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections. So let's get on to it, starting off with race number 1 from Chantilly. It's the Total Prix Marcel Bossat Gratilium de Pouliche Stakes. My French is horrible. Before I go on any further, my French is horrible. I failed French twice in high school. 10th and 11th grade. So, I know my pronunciation of the French language is nothing to write home about. It's nothing to say either. So just keep that. I know, I don't want to see the comments. My French sucks because admittedly, it does suck. And but this race, the first race, is a Group 1 going for a purse of $336,570 for 2-year-old fillies. We have a field of a lot of horses here. A lot of horses, like I said. Field of 11 horses traveling the distance of ground of a mile, 1,600 meters on the grass here. And I'm going to go to the one horse as the top selection, number 1, Dabaya, with Frankie Dettori. I'm going to put this horse into a trifecta here. I'm going to go 1-11-9. 1-11-9 for the trifecta or the tricat. Number 1, Dabaya. 5-2, Frankie Dettori for John Gosden, saying this winning from his base in England. Last time out ran at Newbury, September the 16th on a soft-going 7 furlongs in the Dubai duty-free, full of surprises allowance race. Horse won by 9 lengths, an easy victory, just a very easy with Frankie up that day. Start before came in Newmarket, July 9th, 7 furlongs on a good firm turf horse in a basic main stakes. Horse won by half length, 3-1, easy victory in a field 10 horses. His last race was pretty impressive. Going to the 1,600 meters or the mile today, I don't think that's a problem at all. You know, his last few were very good. He's stepping up to a group company today. That shouldn't be a problem at all. I think this horse will have a good run, this 2-year-old. So I'm going to go with this horse as top selection. So to recap my bets for race number 1 from Chantilly Racecourse, it's the Prix Marcel. I'm going to go with the one horse here. I'm going to put this horse into a trifecta or a tricat. I'm going to go 1-11-9. 1-11-9. So now let's get on to race number 2 from Chantilly here on this card from the Arc de Triomphe. The second race is and like I said, pardon me if I mispronounce this race. It's the Qatar Prix de Jean-Luc Lagardère Stakes, sponsored by Al Hazam Group. It's a Group 1 stakes here, going for a purse of $392,665 for 2-year-old colts and fillies. Field of 7 horses traveling a mile, 1,600 meters on the grass here. And my top selection here, we'll go to the one horse, Conta Strat. Gonna go 147. 147 for the trifecta. Number 1, Conta Strat, 9-2, with Theo Bachelet in the saddle. Last time out, ran at St. Cloud, September the 4th, 7 furlongs in the Prix La Rochette Stakes. Horse won by 3/4 length at a little over 7-1. It was a pretty easy victory. He just won pretty easy in a field of only 6 horses. Start before at Deauville. 7 furlongs in the Prix de Tour, basically a basic maiden race like they would run on August the 11th. This horse won by 1 3/4 lengths, 5-1. Again, it was just a very nice, easy victory. And then his first career starts came out of Racecourse as Simons, July 14th, 6 3/4 furlongs. This you don't see in America, by the way, in a basic maiden race. He finished second by 3/4 length. He needed a little extra kick for his first start. First start ever. He just didn't have that greatest of closing kicks like most European horses have. I think this horse should be improving. His last 2 were very good. Stepping up to the Group 1 here today, I'm going to take my chances with this 9-2 shot, trying to beat the 4 horse here, White Cliffs over Dover, because I think that horse is a good horse also, but I'm going to try and go with this French horse. So to recap my bets for race number 2 from Chantilly, it's the Qatar Prix de Jean-Duc. Going to go with the one horse Concentrat. Going to go 147 here in the second from Chantilly. So now let's get on to race number 3, and the race number 3 is probably a horse I really am looking forward to is coming into this race. The third race is the Prix de l'Opera Stakes, sponsored by Longines. It's Group 1 here, going for a purse $448,000 for fillies, mares, 3-year-olds, and upwards. We have a field of about exactly 7 horses traveling a mile and a quarter on the turf course, 2,000 meters ahead of them, and the horse I'm really looking forward to see her run today. That is the 7 horse Somidar. Somidar gonna go 735, 735 in this one. Number 7 Somidar, 6-5, trained by John Gosden, owned by Andrew Lloyd Webber. Uh, uh, this horse just looks very hard to beat here in this spot. Last time at Yarmouth, September the 14th, in a basic stakes race, this horse won by half length, and she had a very, very good closing kick to win that day. She just was incredible. I really liked that start. That was the horse's first start with a layoff also, and she really impressed me with that win. Start before that, you have to go back to York, May the 11th, a mile and 5/16 in Tatterfield's Muzadaro Stakes. Horse won by 4 lengths at 80 cents a dollar. Field 7, horse was the horse to beat, but this horse just ran very well. Easy victories. Horse is 4 for 4. And then this horse won Inverness Derby trial by a neck at Espen earlier this year, on the 20th of April. It was just an easy victory again. After this, if this horse runs well, I know there is talk about bringing this horse to the United States to run in the Breeders' Cup Filly Mare Turf. Breeders' Cup Filly Mare Turf is going to be a great running this year because you have some very good Filly Mare horses here in the United States, with a horse by the name of C. Calicio, a former French horse who's running here in the States, who's running very good. You have Lady Eli, who's a very good horse running, most likely going to be running in the Filly Mare Sprint, who's another one. You have a few West Coast horses that are running good. It's just going to be a deep race this year, and maybe even some more European horse running over. But I think this horse might be, if this horse runs at the Breeders' Cup Filly Mare Turf and at Sandmead, I think this horse is the horse to beat because she's running very good. And see what she does tomorrow in this race. She's a top selection here. So to recap my bets, race number 3 from Chantilly is to Prix de l'Opera Longines. Gonna go with the 7-horse So Midar. Gonna go 735, 735. So now, if you want selections for race number 4, the Prix de Arc de Triomphe, remember to go to my separate video for that, for my full card, for my full race preview of the Arc. It's a separate video. It's going to be in the description box, so go check that out. So we're going to skip over race number 4 for this part of the video. Like I said, separate video. So now we're going to head on to race number 5. The 5th race from Chantilly is a Qatar Arabian World Cup sponsored by Al Amadi Enterprises. It's a Group 1 race here for the Arabian horses, going for a purse of $1.1 million for 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of about 15 horses traveling a mile and a quarter here on the turf, 2,000 meters on the turf. And I'm instead of giving you a trifecta or superfecta play, I'm going to go give you just a basic 2 horses I think that could win here, and those are the 3 and the 4. Starting off with the 3 horse, who is Al Mortazai, with Julian Og on this one. This horse is, I think, the horse to beat in my eyes. He's been running spot on as of late. Last time out, Chantilly and the Qatar Cup Prix Dragon Stakes, September the 11th. This horse won by 7 lengths in a field of 6 horses. I remember watching that race live, and he just ran very good, opening up easy victory in a field of 6 horses. Start before that came at Goodwood in the Qatar International Stakes Group 1 for the Arabian horses. In the field 12 horses, this horse won by 8 lengths, easy victory. And then at Deauville back in May, in a basic group 1 Arabian race, horse won by 5 lengths, easy victory. This is the horse to beat. He won it last year. When this race was run at Longchamp this year. It's not run at Longchamp because of the renovation, so it's run here at Chantilly. I just think this horse is the horse to beat. He looks very hard. But if there could be a horse that could maybe upset, that could be maybe the 4 horse Gazawan, British bred Arabian horse. Last time out, ran at Deauville, mile and a quarter in the Prix Magnet. He finished third by 2.5 lengths behind Sylvain Murray, who's running back into this one today. This horse just needed a little extra kick in that field of six. That was the horse's first start since running at Doha in Qatar, and the Qatar Gold Cup Sword Stakes for $250,000. Horse finished second by a nose. He just missed, and then he won Group 1 going a mile and a half at Doha. I really like this horse's chances also. 6-1, this is my price play, but the 3 horse looks very hard to beat also. So to recap my bets for race number 5 from Chantilly, it's Qatar Arabian World Cup. Going to go with the 3 horse as a top selection, Al Morzad. Going to go 3-4. 3-4. The 4 is the long shot play. So now let's get on to race number 6. And the 6th race is another race I really like. This race is always an exciting race. It is, if we could get to the next page. Race 6 from Chantilly is the Qatar Prix de Alabai de Longchamp. It's Group 1 stakes here, going for a purse of $423,500 for 2-year-olds and upwards. In North America, you never see that, 2-year-olds and upwards. Sometimes in harness racing, but never in American thoroughbred racing, 2-year-olds and upwards. The 2-year-olds don't start facing older horses until their 3-year-old campaign, and that's like the midpoint of their 3-year-old campaign. But this race is incredible. I always like this running. It's always an exciting running. It's always run at Longchamp. I don't know if I think it has a special name, that course, but it doesn't start on a regular course. It starts on a different course. And as a kid watching the Arc racing, the simulcast from the Arc, I always remember this race as it being a fun race. It's always run through the kind of different course they have at Longchamp. But this year it's run at Chantilly, and I think it's still a very good running. And my top selection here will go to the 3 horse Gold Dream at 10-1, the winner of this race last year. Gonna go, let's see, I'm gonna go 3-10 with the 5-11. 3-10 with the 5-11 for the 3rd position. That's my trifecta here. 3-10 with the 5-11 for the 3rd position. But number 3, top pick, Gold Ream, 10-1. Martin Hurley on this one. Last time out, ran at Chantilly on September the 11th in the Qatar Prix du Petit Covet Stakes. He finished third by 4.5 lengths behind Just Glamorous and Marsha, who's running back into this run to the start today. And, just didn't have that greatest of closing kicks. It was his first start in France since last year's Prix de Longchamp, same race last year. He just didn't have the best of starts. He's getting blinkers on today, so just keep that in mind. Start before, ran at York August 19th in the Colmar Northrop Stakes. He finished 7th by 5 lengths. Again, he just didn't have the best of closing kicks. He couldn't close at all. And then at Goodwood, 5 furlongs Qatar King George Stakes, finished 3rd by a neck. His first start back from Maidan, he needed that race. He finished 9th in Yalquaz Sprint, 7th in the Maidan Sprint. First start since the Prix de Longchamp. He won by a neck last year at 9-1, and he was really all out in that field of 18 horses. Very nice victory. If you watch the replay, it was just very nice. I think this horse ran a better race, prep race this year than he did last year. And I think that's the key. 10-1. I'm going to take my chances on this one. So to recap my bets, race number 6 from Chantilly Racecourse, it's a Qatar Prix de Alabai de Longchamp. Going to go with the 3 horse Gold Ream. Going to go 3-10 with the 5-11. 3-10 with the 5-11 boxed for the 3rd position for this trifecta key. So now let's get on to race number 7. It's the final race on today's program from Chantilly, the 7th race. If we could scroll over. It is the Qatar Prix de la Forêt Stakes, sponsored by RMC. It's a Group 1 stakes. You're going for first $136,570 for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of, we have a field of a lot of horses in this one. Field of, if we could scroll down, field of 12 horses traveling the 7 furlong distance on the turf, 1,400 meters. And my top selection here will go to the 3 horse Lamato. I have him as a 7-5 favorite here. He looks very hard to beat. I'm going to go 3-7 with the 9-12 box for the 3rd position. 3-7 with 9-12 box for the 3rd position for this trifecta. But number 3 Lamato, top pick, 7-5. Harry Bentley on this one. Last time out, ran at York and the Northrop Stakes. His horse finished 2nd by 2 lengths that day, and he just didn't have the he was the favorite going into that Northrop at York, but he couldn't catch Mecca's Angel, who's running in the race before. It was just it was a decent 2nd place finish. I think he's a better 7 furlong horse. I think that's going to be the key. They ran a little bit too fast for this horse last time out. He gets the added 2 furlongs day, which I think is the key also. Start before at Newmarket, 6 furlongs in Darley July Cup. This horse won by 2 lengths at 9-2. It was an easy victory in a field of 18 horses. And start before came May the 14th, first our year in the Lockridge. This horse finished fourth by 7.5 lengths. He needed that start. He finished second in this race last year at Longchamp, and he won a race before that, Doncaster Group 2. I think this horse is coming into this race a lot better this year. I'm going to go with this one here as a top pick. So recount my bets. Race number 7 from Chantilly. It's a Qatar Prix at 4 stakes. Gonna go with the 3 horse Lamato. Gonna go 3-7 with the 9-12. 3-7 with the 9-12 for the third position. So good luck to all, and follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.